Good morning to all. This is B. Ishwaraya, Assistant Professor of Commerce. Today, let us learn about a new topic, that is joint venture accounts. Joint venture accounts is most commonly used in the day-to-day businesses, which are very simple. So that let us learn it. Every person wants to do a joint venture business, he has to maintain records, so that this way joint venture accounts are very important, most useful to them. So when it comes to joint venture accounts, in this introduction will be, sometimes to undertake a specific job or project or venture like construction of a dam, bridge, apartment, roads, underwriting of shares or debentures, etc., or buying and selling of goods for a particular season requires huge funds, technical expertise, sharing of risk, etc. For an individual, it is not possible. The alternative available is that two or more persons join hands to take up such assignments. Joining hand may be for finance, for technical know-how, for sharing risk, etc. When two or more persons join together to carry out a specific business and share the profits on predetermined basis, it is known as a joint venture. It can be defined as a joint venture is usually a temporary partnership without the use of a firm name, limited to carrying out a particular business plan in which the persons concerned agree to contribute capital and share profits or losses. The parties in a joint venture are known as co-venturers, and their liability is limited to the adventure concerned for which they agree to contribute capital and share profits or losses. The participation to the joint venture may be individuals, sole traders, partnership firms, companies, or any combination of these. A joint venture may consist of a joint consignment of goods, speculation in shares, underwriting of shares or debentures, construction of a building, or any similar form of enterprise. In a brief, a joint venture is a single business deal which is jointly undertaken by two or more persons with a view to make and share profits. So this is all about introduction and definition of joint venture. When we understand this definition, we can conclude that it has some specific features. These features clearly informs the importance of joint venture accounts. So let's learn them. Let's see features of joint venture. One is, a joint venture is limited to a single business adventure like sale of a certain lot of merchandise, underwriting of shares or debentures of a new undertaking, construction activities, etc. The most common purpose for which joint venture or joint ventures are undertaken in practice are the purchase and sale of an insolvent firm's stock and dealings in shares or other securities. The joint venture comes to an end when the contemplated deal is over. Second feature of joint venture is a joint venture is undertaken by two or more persons jointly for earning profit. It is just like partnership but with two important differences. A joint venture does not use a firm name, and B, unlike a partnership, it is confined to a single deal. Third specific feature of joint venture is participants contribute capital for the joint venture and share in profits and losses in an agreed ratio as per the agreement. When it comes to fourth one, the work of a joint venture may be done by all the participants or only one participant as may be agreed upon among the co-venturers. Not only this, we are also having some more features. So, these are the important features of joint venture. Sometimes we feel that joint venture business and consignment will be the same. Though these two businesses are having some similarities, there is a much distinction between joint venture and consignment. To know the differences between consignment and joint venture businesses, we can differentiate them by learning these. One is nature of business, parties of businesses, relation, sharing of profits among these businesses, rights, sharing of information, ownership, method of maintaining and continuity. See, these are the important distinctions we have. Let us know what they are. When it comes to nature, in joint venture, nature of joint venture is a temporary partnership business without a firm name. There will be no firm name since it is a temporary one. When it comes to nature of consignment, it is an extension of business by principal through an agent. That is the nature of these two businesses. When it comes to parties, in joint venture, the parties involving joint venture are known as co-venturers. In consignment, parties are called consignor and consignee. When it comes to relation, in joint venture, the relation between co-venturers is just like the partners in partnership. In consignment, the relation between consignor and consignee is principal and an agent. When it comes to share of profit, the profits and losses of joint venture are shared among the co-venturers in their agreed ratio. In their agreed ratio. In consignment, the profits and losses are not shared between the consignor and consignee. Consignee gets only the commission. When it comes to rights, in joint venture, the co-venturer in a joint venture have equal rights. In consignment, the consignor enjoys principal's right, whereas consignee enjoys the right of an agent. Sharing of information. This is one of the distinctions we have. In joint venture, co-venturers share the required information among them regularly, frequently. In consignment, the consignee prepares an account sale which contains the details of business activities carried on by him and being sent to the consignor. Only through prepare and sending the account sale, information will be passed on to consignor by the consignor. When it comes to ownership, in joint venture, all the co-venturers are the owners of the joint venture. Every co-venturer is a owner of this particular joint venture business. When it comes to the consignment, the consignor is the only owner of the business. When it comes to method of maintaining accounts, in joint venture, there are different methods of maintaining accounts in joint venture as per the agreement. In consignment, there is only one method of maintaining of accounts. When it comes to continuity of the business, in joint venture, as soon as the particular venture is completed, the joint venture is terminated. In consignment, the continuity of business exists to the willingness of both consignor and consignee. So, this is the difference between joint venture and consignment. In the same way, we have to know the difference between joint venture and partnership. The joint venture seems to be like a partnership. Why? Because in the joint venture there will be two or more persons. In a partnership, there will be two or more persons according to the Partnership Act. Though there are these two businesses having so many similarities like consignment and joint venture, here we can see that so many distinctions also are there. While learning joint venture accounts, we should differentiate these businesses. Those are scope of business. When it comes to joint venture, the scope is limited to a specific venture. In partnership, the scope is much wider and it is continuing profit making enterprise. When it comes to name of the firm, in joint venture is carried on without any specific name of the firm. But in the case of partnership, it is carried on with the name of the firm. Parties of businesses in joint venture, all the parties involved in the co-venturers are called parties involved in the joint venture are called co-venturers. When it comes to partnership, parties involved in this partnership are called partners. Continuity of the business. Joint venture, it's a temporary partnership and comes to an end as soon as the venture is completed. When it comes to partnership, it is continuous and doesn't come to an end after the completion of a particular venture. Number of partners. In joint venture, there is no limit. We can have any number of members as co-venturers as per the agreement, as per the business. In the partnership, it is limited to minimum to and limited to maximum 20 in ordinary business and 10 in case of banking. Settlement of accounts in joint venture business. Accounts are prepared and settled generally after the end of the venture or on interim basis. If venture continues for a long period, profit or loss is ascertained after the completion of a particular venture. In partnership, accounts are prepared annually. In partnership, profit or loss is ascertained on an annual basis. Doctrine of implied authority is in joint venture business, there is no such doctrine is applicable. For partnership, it is applicable to partners' benefits of partnership. Regarding the position of a minor in joint venture, minor is generally not admitted benefits of a joint venture business. But in partnership, minor can also be admitted to the benefits of a partnership. Application of the Act. No specific enactment is applicable to the joint venture business, but for partnership, it is governed under the Indian Partnership Act. Like this, we have so many distinctions. These are should be remembered while learning joint venture accounts or preparing joint venture accounts of a particular business. Actually, it is a very simple way or simple method of recording accounts in the books of a joint venture business. So that methods of recording joint venture transactions classified into 4 types. Somebody says there will be only 2 methods. Some of them may say that there will be 4 methods. See, those methods are one is record in the books of one venturer. Second one is when separate set of books for the joint ventures are maintained. And the third method is memorandum of joint venture account is maintained. And the last one is record in the books of all ventures. See, let us learn one by one method. In this, writing of entries is very important. If you learn write journal entries, well, easily we can prepare accounts. In the first method, that is record in the books of one venture, one co-venture. This method is followed when joint venture is managed by one co-venturer. Other co-venturers generally contribute only their share of investment in the joint venture. Therefore, all the transactions related to joint venture are recorded by one co-venturer so appointed in his books. In this method, generally we will have transactions for which we have to write entries like this. First transaction will be when cash is received from other co-venturers as their share of investment. Journal entry will be bank or cash account debtor to other co-venturers accounts. This is the first journal entry and for the first transaction. Second will be on purchase of goods for the joint venture. Now, joint venture account has to be debited and bank or cash account has to be credited. If goods are purchased on credit, supplier's account has to be credited. When it comes to third transaction, when goods are supplied by other co-venturers, sometimes it may be happen. For that, joint venture account has to be debited and other co-venturer account has to be credited. For running a business, on incurring expenses, entry will be joint venture account debtor to cash or bank account. That means joint venture account has to be debited, cash or bank account has to be credited. On sale of goods on account of joint venture, if we sold goods for cash, entry will be bank account or cash account will be debited. If goods are sold on credit, debtor's account will be debited, joint venture account has to be credited. On receipt of commission for managing the joint venture, joint venture account has to be debited, commission account has to be credited. If unsold stock is taken by working co-venturer, goods account has to be debited, joint venture account has to be credited. If unsold stock is taken by other co-venturer, then other co-venturer account has to be debited, joint venture account has to be credited. In case in the joint venture business any profit is made, then joint venture account has to be debited, profit and loss account has to be credited as part of the working co-venturer share, and other co-venturers account have to be credited. If loss is incurred, profit and loss account has to be debited for the share of working co-venturer. Other co-venturers accounts also are to be debited for their shares. Then joint venture account has to be credited. On completion of joint venture, the amount due to the other co-venturers is ascertained and final settlement is made by writing entry other co-venturers account debtor to cash or bank account. Cash or bank account. See, these many entries are to be written in the first method. That is, when we record entries in the books of one co-venturer. Accounts to be opened as per the entries. That means joint venture account and other co-venturers accounts separately. When it comes to second method, which can be used by the more joint venture businessmen, is when separate set of books for the joint venture is prepared. In this method, no individual co-venturer keeps a record in his individual books, but a full double entry system is adopted for writing up joint venture transactions. Under this method, three separate accounts are maintained. One is joint bank account, capital account of co-venturers, and the joint venture account. Joint bank account is used for recording cash receipts and cash payments on account of joint venture. Personal accounts of co-venturers are used to record their dealing with the joint venture business. Joint venture account is nominal in nature and is used to record profit or loss on account of joint venture. In this method also, we have to write entries. According to the entries, we have to prepare these mentioned accounts. Generally, as per the transactions, entries will be written. When amount being contributed by the co-venturers to the joint venture business, joint bank account debit, personal accounts of each co-venturer account will be credited. That means joint bank account will be affected, every co-venturer account will be affected as per this transaction and entry. On purchase of goods on account of joint venture, joint venture account will be debited, joint bank account will be created if goods purchased on cash or check. Suppliers account will be created if purchases are purchased on credit basis. In the third transaction, when expenses are incurred on account of joint venture, joint venture account will be debited, joint bank account will be credited. On sale of goods on account of joint venture, joint bank account will be debited for selling goods on cash if debtors account will be debited if goods sold on credit, but joint bank account will be credited. When some goods are left unsold or taken by one or more co-venturers, personal accounts of co-venturers will be debited, joint venture account will be credited. For calculation of profit or loss in joint venture business, if there is a profit, entry will be Joint venture account has to be debited. Personal accounts of co-venturers accounts will be credited. If there is a loss, entry will be exactly reverse the earlier said entry, that is personal accounts of co-venturers will be debited, joint venture account will be credited. Settlement of accounts between co-venturers. Personal accounts of co-venturers accounts are to be debited, joint bank account will be credited. We can observe one thing here is, in this particular method, we start the opening of joint bank account and joint venture business will be closed by writing joint bank account. This is a particular method. As I earlier said, number of joint venture business people will use this method. When it comes to memorandum joint venture method, under this method, when all the parties want to keep a record of joint venture transactions in their books, the method followed is called memorandum joint venture method. Memorandum joint venture method. Every co-venturer prepares one account in his books to record the transactions related to the joint venture headed as on joint venture with name of the other co-venturer account. This account is in the nature of personal account and does not disclose any profit or loss. Each party records only those transactions which are affected by him. For example, if A co-venturer purchases goods for the joint venture, he records the transactions with the help of joint venture with so and so account, and respective cash account is credited. If any purchase by A will be recorded in the books of A only and not by B, the other co-venturer. Similarly, if goods are sold by B, then this transaction will be recorded by B only, not by A. The transactions are recorded with the help of joint venture with the name of other co-venturer account, and the entries will be passed as per the transaction. Like first entry will be joint venture with, say for example, A account in the books of B, to cash or creditors account. Next, cash or debtors account will be debited and joint venture account will be credited for sales of joint venture. If total sales are made on cash basis, cash account will be debited. If any sales are made on credit basis, debtors account will be debited. But joint venture with A or A account will be credited in the books of B. In the same way, any goods are supplied by the other co-venturer to the B or A to the B, then joint venture account with A account will be debited, goods account will be credited. Any commission is paid to the co-venturer, joint venture account with A account will be debited, commission account will be credited in the books of B. So, all these entries are being written in the books of B. In the same manner, entries will be written in the books of A also. While writing in the books of A, title of the account will be joint venture with B account. Joint venture with B account will be prepared. So, this is one of the methods we will be using in joint venture business. If profit is ascertained by preparing a memorandum account headed as memorandum joint venture account, this account is not part of double entry system. To enable the preparation of this account, each party sends to the other party a copy of transactions affected by him. It is like a profit and loss account, and hence all expenses and losses are debited to it, and all sales and unsold being taken over by co-venture are credited to it. In other words, the debit side of the joint venture with so and so account is put on the debit side of memorandum joint venture account, and the credit side of those account on the credit side of the memorandum of account. The balance of this account represents either profit or loss. This loss or gain is divided among co-venturer in the agreed profit sharing ratio. Each party makes a journal entry for their share of profit or loss. By writing joint venture with so and so account debtor to profit and loss account, if loss is incurred, entry will be reversed. Profit and loss account debtor to joint venture with so and so account. When it comes to fourth method, record in the books of each venturer or all ventures, co-venturers. Under this method, Each co-venturer opens a joint venture account and the personal accounts of other co-venturers. Joint venture is a nominal account and is debited with the cost of goods purchased and other expenses incurred on account of joint venture. The credit is given to the bank or to the creditor's account if goods are purchased on credit and expenses not yet paid. The accounts of other co-venturers are credited with the cost of goods purchased and expenses incurred by the other co-venturers on account of joint venture. Entries will be: joint venture account has to be debited, bank or cash account has to be credited if purchases are made on cash basis. If purchase is made and expenses incurred by other co-venturer, then co-venturer account has to be credited. When goods are sold on account of joint venture, cash or debtors account has to be debited for cash selling or credit selling. Other co-venturer account has to be debited if at all any sales are made by the other co-venturer, and joint venture account has to be credited. If any commission is received by the co-venturer, joint venture account is debited and the commission account is credited. If commission is received by the other co-venturer, joint venture account is debited, the personal account of the other co-venturer is credited. Sometimes remittance is received by the co-venturer by getting the bill discounted by the other co-venturer. When the bill is discounted, loss on account of discounting the bill should be transferred to joint venture account because loss on account of discount is a common loss to be borne by all co-venturers. For this we have to write entries. In the same way, for goods remaining unsold, if these unsold stocks are taken away by the other co-venturer, entry will be other co-venturer account has to be debited, joint venture account has to be credited. If joint venture account is balanced, then joint venture account has to be debited, other co-venturer account has to be credited for their profit. Profit and loss account has to be credited for the share of this particular co-venturer. The balance in the personal account of the co-venturer will show the amount due to or due by him. The account will be settled by the co-venturers by the receipt or payment of cash. See, these are the very important entries which we should remember for writing entries or for maintaining account books in the books of a joint venture business. So, with this let us close it. We will meet with another topic. Until then, bye.